This is the Vauxhall Corsa-e. It's going to cost from just over £26,000 when it arrives in showrooms in April 2020. That's going to cost from around about £300 per month pretty easily with a decent deposit. It gets a 50 kilowatt hour battery, a 134 brake horsepower motor, and it will do 205 miles according to the official regulations. And I think it looks pretty cool, so let's have a quick walk around. So we are going to start at the front because that seems to make a lot of sense, doesn't it? And you will notice that the Corsa has got a grille, which doesn't seem like anything interesting by most car standards, but for electric cars it is, because strictly speaking, electric cars don't need the airflow that a combustion engine does. But it is good because actually the batteries can get very hot when they're charging, and having a grille can help with that. Even if the car's static, it can help with the airflow for the batteries. And not only that, it helps with the cooling for other bits and pieces in the car too. Not only that, you will notice that around here we have got LED lights. Now every Corsa gets LED lights, but you do have to go for the higher of two trims for the Elite to get the Matrix LED lights, which are very clever because they give you sort of main beam illumination without blinding oncoming traffic. It's 5-door as standard, of course. You also get the charging port right at the back here. So if I just open it up, you can see that you get your CCS and Type 2 port, and that gives you access to most public charging stations. So that's becoming very much the universal socket type for electric car charging. Now, if you plug this car into a 7 kilowatt home wall box, which is how most people will charge the car, then it's going to charge up in about 8 hours. It will, however, charge up to 100 kilowatts, which might not mean anything to most of us, but what it means is if you stick it into a 100 kilowatt CCS charger on the motorway services, you're going to get around about 100 miles of range in some 20 minutes. Actually, 50 kilowatt charging stations are more common in the UK at the moment, and that will get you 100 miles of range in around about 40 minutes. Essentially, it just means that the Corsa charges more quickly than pretty much any other small electric car, apart from the Peugeot E208 that, of course, shares a platform. If we go around the back of the car, you can see that you get LED rear lights as well. And I think it looks like quite a smart car, I think, the Corsa. And we could always have a quick look in the boot as well, which is a very decent size by small car standards actually, so you're going to get your big buggy and stuff in there, no problem. But my one big bugbear is that there is absolutely no cable storage. So there is a little bit of space under there for your tyre repair kit. There's no room for a space saver either, I'm afraid. So that's one slight letdown, I have to say. The interior of the Corsa-e feels really decent actually. It's much more conventional than the Peugeot E208, which actually came out of just the last couple of days I've been driving it. So you get your standard digital dials, and you get a nice touchscreen in the middle of the dash as well. In fact, there's only 2 trims on the Corsa. Like I said, lower trim gets a 7-inch screen, top trim gets a 10-inch screen. I think the top trim is the one to go for because you get your heated seats and your keyless entry and all of that stuff as well. It's just a nice, comfortable place to sit, and like I said, it feels a bit more conventional than the Peugeot. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing really is up to your taste, but however you look at it, the materials feel good and it's a really comfortable place. So we are in the Vauxhall Corsa-e ahead of its launch. It's going to be on sale early next year. And I am sat here with Thomas. He is the Global Lead Development Engineer for the car. Yeah. So hello Thomas. Thank you very much for letting us have a go in the car, by the way.
Yes, I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it seems very good. From the passenger seat it seems lovely, I have to say. And although obviously we're in a warehouse, so it's a slightly unusual experience. I wanted to ask you, what are your ambitions with this car in terms of, so how do you want it to feel? What's it been engineered to be like? Is it the sportier version compared to an E208? What's your benchmark for this car?
Okay, so let's say it like that. We're talking about the e-Corsa, not about the E208, which is our sister car. Yeah. So clearly we want to differentiate the brands. Yeah, that's the intention within PSA. So and the Corsa is a car for daily usage. It's very practical, but it also shows to offer a lot of fun to drive. Yeah, and it has to have the Opel Vauxhall DNA in it. So the way how it's driving, the way how it's steering, yeah, this is important for us.
So do you think electric cars can be fun? Are they fun to drive?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So this car is offering 136 horsepower with 260 Newton meter, and the good thing is you have it directly from the start. Yeah, so you don't have to wait until the combustion engine is building up the torque. And this leads in excellent acceleration figures. So we can accelerate 0 to 31 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds.
Yeah. Wow.
So you are definitely in the top quartile at the traffic light, and also the 0 to 62 miles per hour is in 8.1 seconds. Which is a very good value in the B segment.
Yeah, fantastic. So, you know, it being fun, it might be quite a good basis for an electric Corsa VXR, no?
Oh, that's a question which I can't answer. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to.
You can't blame me for asking. I think it'd be good. I think you should do it. I know you're not allowed to tell me, but I think you should do it. I think it'd be great fun.
Yeah. Okay, so I will talk to the marketing guys.
The Vauxhall Corsa-e does have quite a bit to prove, given that its sibling, the Peugeot E208, has a lower starting price. But given the equipment levels on the Vauxhall, given how good it is to look at, it's got a very good chance of doing well in the UK. And even better news is that we only have to wait until next year to find out. Head to DrivingElectric.com for all of the electric and hybrid car advice, news and reviews you could possibly want. And check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. While you're here, don't forget to hit subscribe on our YouTube channel.